I know, I know.
But it's great to meet you. I'd love to begin our conversation before we get into your good work by asking you, it's March 2024, 4 years ago, everything came to a halt. The pandemic began. How did you survive it, and how did it change you?
I might say I thrive at Joe.
Okay, that's fine. I hear that a lot.
Because back then I decided it was just after I started doing live workshops for my work, and three of them were sold out. And I was thinking, finally, I am creating my path. And then COVID came. And I thought, okay, how are we going to navigate this? And I enrolled to be certified as a coach.
Yeah.
So I enrolled on a 3-month, very intensive training course with a very good mentor teacher from the US. And I've met great women, great people. We created great relationships. And then I thought, okay, I need to exercise. So I enrolled myself on a 90-day health program. Um, we are blessed. We live on an island. So we have spaces outdoor. The house, it wasn't like living in an apartment, to be honest with you. And I enjoyed my kids. I enjoyed my husband. I love reading. So I was reading.
Yeah.
It was I'm not going to say a good thing that happened, but
Sure.
I took the positive out of it.
Absolutely. That's the key. And I've heard that a lot. There were so many silver linings that went into it. Because quite frankly, no matter where you're at on the planet, I think sometimes things move a little too fast. And it's
Hmm.
good to have that pause. So, and speaking of moving fast, you're an author, speaker, mentor, transformational coach. But if we wanted to really get to the essence of what you do every day, I'm going to put you in front of a bunch of third graders at career day. One of the kids says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How do you answer them?
I teach people how to believe in their dreams and achieve their dreams for the third graders.
Yeah, and they would get that. They would totally get that. So, what did you want to be in the third grade? What was your dream?
I wanted to be a teacher.
Okay. And you are.
And I am. Yes, I wanted to be a teacher. I always loved teaching, learning, reading, and here I am.
Yeah. So, how did we get to this point? Talk to me a little bit about your childhood and how these seeds got into you to want to help people and to have this diverse collection of skills that you have.
I had a difficult childhood. Actually, not childhood. Let me rephrase that. I had a difficult teenage years. My dad declared bankruptcy when I was 15. I was a straight A student. I gained a position at the university to become a teacher. They couldn't afford to send me. So I said, okay, I understand it. I went into banking and I studied on my own by doing 2 jobs. I was going into my corporate job in the morning and I was bartending in the evening. And in between, during the afternoons, I was studying. It took me 8 years to get my bachelor degree, but I am so proud of myself because I did it.
Yeah.
And then I always wanted to excel in everything I do. I had always this passion of not living a mediocre life, mainly because of the problems that we had at home, at the financial problems. And because my country is a tiny country, there was lots of judgment, lots of, gossiping. They were telling people that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't a good marriage material, that, because my dad didn't have money. So I decided it won't define me. I am not anyone's object to buy. And I worked on myself because all this created lots of limiting beliefs, and I lost my confidence. I became a people pleaser. I was living under a lot of stress. I pushed my emotions. I buried my emotions so people wouldn't see how much they've hurt me when they were talking bad about me without even knowing me, basically. So I enrolled into this personal development journey. And my first ever seminar was, am I allowed to say the name of my first mentor?
Sure.
Was with Tony Robbins.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am blessed that I met him in person in 2015, and I told him that he actually saved my life. Tony saved my life because back then I was so depressed that I was thinking of ending it all at the point.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What did he say?
When I met him, I was with my husband, who we met in one of his seminars as well.
Yeah.
And it was a brief, Tony is so big. It was a
Yeah.
brief discussion in one of his seminars, relationship seminar. And I said, Tony, I want to thank you because back in 2000, you saved me, literally. You changed the whole course of my life. And now we are here to save our marriage because, marriage back then was a little bit rocky. And he got emotional and he did just this. Oh my God. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Yeah.
And we had a photo together. That was
Excellent.
our interaction.
I love it. So let me ask you this. Who's been kind of a consistent hero for you in your life?
My mom. He's been through so much, and she's a strong woman. And she inspires me. And at the same time, she gives me the driving force to help women, to help my daughter, not to allow other people define them, her.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your motivation? Every day you wake up, you do this work to help others, but you also have to evolve yourself. What gets you out of bed? What motivates you to do all this work every day?
You know what? Every time I work with a client or with a prospective client, or I give value through the platforms that we all have, the social media, I write an article, I write an email, I always think, how can I serve today? Because as I've already shared, back then, I just saw a leaflet in the bank saying about this Tony guy that did this seminar in Geneva. And I had to find the money to go to Geneva to attend to that seminar. And I'm thinking, if today I give hope to one person, it will mean a lot to me. So everything I put out there has value because I love what I do. I transformed my mindset and my whole life because of this work. And I really want to help people. I give without, having back in my mind, oh, they will become clients. I never think about this. It's always, how can I help one person today to give them hope, to give them something that they will believe that if I change how I am thinking, I can change things.
Yeah. So what's one of your favorite client success stories? One that always makes you very happy?
I tend to make my clients cry, which is a good thing. It means that they've reached an insight when they cry. So a success story with one of my clients when she came to me, we are still working together, but we started working together 2 months ago. And she was very hard, especially in the face, you know? She was very into her masculine. And she shut down emotionally completely. A very strong woman, a very admirable woman, that she allowed her childhood trauma to block her, and in her effort to avoid to create it, she created it.
Yeah.
So she couldn't even express how she felt.
Yeah.
In 2 months, her whole face changed. And I told her, you know what? I am regretting the fact that I didn't take a photo on our first session and a photo now to compare the two.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her. She was lacking confidence. She applied for a senior position. She's smiling. She is doing stuff about herself. She never did anything about herself in the past.
Yeah. So you have to give out a lot of good advice to your clients. What's the best advice that you've ever gotten?
Mm. People used to tell me you are a charismatic woman, and I never believed them. It was like I was always feeling like an imposter, like I wasn't worthy, I didn't deserve. And I was working with a fellow woman in a mastermind group that we both belonged, and we are talking privately, and she told me, "You are worthy." And I paused and had tears in my eyes, and I said, "No, I'm not." And she went through back then with everything she knew about me. And then she said, "Tell me more." And she helped me go back and see how many things I have accomplished, how many people I've helped, even before I became a coach or a mentor, even before I started this journey. Since I was 2 years old, I always wanted to help people
Yeah.
and give. I love to put smiles on people's faces.
Yeah.
This is what I love to do.
Yeah. So of all of the things that you've done and evolved into and accomplished in your life, what are you the proudest of?
I will say the cliche first, my 2 kids. But the truth is, apart from my 2 kids and a good husband, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the woman that I've become to be today, and it's not selfishness. I'm proud because I've managed to change a course that it was going to be marry at the age of 18, have kids, serve your husband, don't have dreams.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of myself that I fought the system. I didn't believe to all these stereotypes and biases and cultural biases. I believed in myself. I worked on myself to be who I am today. And I'm still working. I never stop. I always learn.
Yeah.
I also have a coach and mentor, and I belong to mastermind groups.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, everyone has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, but you're the one in control. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
I think I am a woman who cares. I am a woman who supports, who loves, who is a trusted friend, who is a great partner, a good mother. I am a one who makes mistakes, lots of them, and learns by them. I am a woman who cries, who falls down, but always gets up. And I am a woman who never give up. And my mantra is, I don't know how, but I will figure it out.
There you go. Yeah, I like it. So if anyone wants to pick up your book, they want to reach out, hire you, learn more about you, any of the good business, where do they go?
Okay, my website is, shall I say it, or
Sure.
my website is penelopemagoulianiti.com. If they want to connect with me, my gift to everyone is a session without trying to sell. I just help people figure out what is holding them back. And it's up to them if they want to ask what happens next. I will never offer. So if they go to penelopemagoulianiti.com/let's talk, they can book their session with me.
Excellent. This has been wonderful, Penelope. What a wonderful story of redemption and courage. I appreciate you taking time out today. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you so much, Joe. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Take care.